Welcome to this tutorial on the chart modal in Lexchart. The purpose of the chart modal is to create and edit the chart structure quickly and easily. The emphasis is on the links between cards or legal entities. I want to create a company structure chart out of these 9 cards or companies. There are several ways to get started in Lexchart, but for this tutorial we will use the chart modal exclusively. There are 2 ways to access the chart modal. On the toolbar, you can choose the Chart button, or in the menu under Insert, the first item will also open the chart modal. We're going to accomplish 3 things with the chart modal. First, we're going to create some links and a basic structure. Second, we're going to create an adjacent chart. Lexchart allows you to have more than one chart on the canvas at a time. Third, we're going to merge those 2 charts into one unified company structure. When you first come to the chart modal, if nothing is selected, you'll be able to choose a card that's on the canvas here in the middle. At first, the item above and below are not available to you because Lexchart wants you to focus on the immediate relationships to this company. So there's no magic here. We'll just start with Great Newco as an example, and now we can add immediate subsidiaries or immediate parents or any relationship above Great Newco or below Great Newco. So let's add some parents to Great Newco. We'll add any holding company and Dogwood North and Sonoma Inc. Maybe Great Newco has a subsidiary as well, and we'll search for the baseline group. Notice that this is a searchable field, so we have the baseline group here we'll choose, and now we have the beginning of a structure. But let's assume that we want to go a layer up before we leave the chart modal. So I'm going to assume that any holding company has a parent. We'll call it the Highland Group, and maybe the Highland Group also owns Sonoma Inc. So if we go back down to Great Newco, and you'll notice that as I hover over and select these cards, Lexchart is moving them to the center and showing me the parents and subsidiaries of the entity that is in focus. So let's take a look at that chart. And here you will see it over on the right. We have the basic structure that we just outlined with these 3 cards still unconnected to anything. So we've completed step 1. We have a basic chart over here on the right. Let's go to step 2 and create an adjacent chart out of these remaining cards. So again, the chart modal. Start with any of them that we want, but in this case, we will start with Capital Partners. And when we do that, we'll then add Sally Smithers and the Evans Family Trust. Maybe Sally and the Evans Family Trust are investors in a limited partnership of some kind, some investment vehicle. So when we go look at the canvas again, you'll see that we have 2 separate charts adjacent to each other. That was step 2, create the adjacent chart. Very easy with the chart modal. Now we want to connect or merge these 2. Maybe there's an investment from one side to the other, or an acquisition, merger of some kind, and we want to represent that relationship. So in our example, we'll have Capital Partners make an investment in Great Newco, and so we want to draw a connection between those 2 and have the chart redesigned for us automatically. So we can start either with Great Newco or Capital Partners. It's of no consequence. But notice that when you select a card and you open the chart modal, Lexchart will automatically place that entity in the middle and show you its parents and subsidiaries if there are any. Capital Partners doesn't have any currently, but we're going to add Great Newco. So we select Great Newco, and we go back to the chart. And we've accomplished step 3 just that easily. We have merged these 2 charts by drawing that connection. And here you'll see Capital Partners has that investment line into Great Newco. And of course, if the elbow brackets are proving to overlap a lot, you can always switch to the curved lines and get a very clear, distinct boundary of which lines are coming from which entities into Great Newco. So those are the 3 things we wanted to accomplish: creating links in a basic structure, add an adjacent chart, and then finally merge them. There are 3 other features of the chart modal I want to show you really quickly. The first is that you can use the chart modal to navigate the entire chart. You've actually been watching me do that as I go through this process, but we'll choose the baseline group at the bottom, and I'm going to end up at the Highland group up at the top. So we'll choose the baseline, we'll open the chart modal, and then we're just going to choose Great Newco, and it comes into the middle, and then we can choose any holding company, and now the Highland group. And each time we did that, Lexchart moved that entity, the selected entity, into the middle and showed us its immediate parents and subsidiaries. And we can go back down and back down and back down. So navigation throughout the entire chart is very easy with the chart modal. The second thing is that you can add new cards anytime you want directly from here. You don't have to leave the chart modal. So let's say, for example, Great Newco used that investment from Capital Partners. Maybe it created another new entity. We'll come in here and we could choose another one from the chart automatically, or we can say another Newco as the entity that it created. When you create a brand new entity, if you hit enter or return, or you select the plus symbol, you will add another Newco as a card automatically on the chart. Just that easy to add new entities. Now notice also, the final thing I want to show you is that as you hover over these cards, they elevate to display the title so that no matter how many parents and children there are, you'll always be able to see the name, and it exposes this unlink button. So the unlink button will not remove the card at all, but it will sever the link between Capital Partners and Great Newco if we chose to do that. So we can undo what we just did, and if we select that and go back to the chart, you'll see that they're back to being completely separate and independent charts. So the unlink button is a great way to sever and modify those connections really quickly. We hope you enjoyed this video. Come back for more.